Hello, my friends, and this is Jeopardy. This goes out to all the game show hosts of past and present. Who basically been in the business for a very long time. The thing about what happened the last couple of months, we had lost quite a bit of people that were in some form legends of their own time. I speak of the following: of Tom Kennedy, who passed away a few months before Alex Trebek, who recently passed away. The thing about this is, just to think about it, when you're in the entertainment industry, no matter what medium you are, you have to always think about your health. Your health always has to come first. So, it's safe to say why you have to think about your health. Because if you don't, no one else will. Especially if it's something like, you have to do something that's going to take at least most of your life. Alex Trebek was one of those overachievers. He had been on various game shows. The ones we know of are Jeopardy, Classic Concentration, Card Sharks, and Double Dare. Not the Nickelodeon one. There was a CBS one called Double Dare. He also went on to do other things like, Colonial Life. Did those commercials? Among other things, he also did a few pilots that never got off the ground, like Decisions. There was also there were High Rollers. He also did High Rollers long before Wink Martindale did it. There was the 70s version, whereas compared to the Wink Martindale one, which was the late 80s, mid 90s version. Now, prior to that, there was another one which I mentioned, and that was Tom Kennedy. Tom Kennedy was somewhat well known because of his brother, Jack Narz, and another famous game show host, Bill Cullen. Tom Kennedy did Split Second long before Monty Hall did the Canadian version. He also went on to do Password Plus right after Alan Lennon's passing. He also did Wordplay, which was very short-lived. He also tried his hands at a talk show called The Real Tom Kennedy Show. After which, it seems like most game show hosts, from what I've seen, they don't take care of themselves right after their show are done, So basically it's sort of like this. Unless you're well taken care of after say after you've taken care of so many years on a game show, you have to really just take care of yourself. I mean, that's what it all comes down to. And I feel that Alex Trebek had done like tons and tons of game shows. It's the same for all the known game show hosts that we've known about for many long years, like Jim Perry, Peter Tomarken, Peter Marshall, Gene Rayburn, and the like. Bob Barker, Jim Lange, Monty Hall, and I'm talking about the ones previous before their successors. And I mentioned Jack Norris, and Jack Norris was Tom Kennedy's brother, and Bill Cullen was their brother-in-law. So they all did various game shows. Most of them were Goodson Todman. And for those who do not remember Goodson Todman, it's basically, Mark Goodson and Bill Todman. Before it became Mark Goodson, it was Goodson Todman. And there were a lot of things going on. There was also Heater and Quigley. And then there was Barry Enright. And most of them just kind of like faded out of existence. But whenever you think about game shows, Quint. I mean, when you think about that, game shows have come a long way from the 50s to, well, now it's still the longest running known TV circuit there is. Because next to entertainment and talk shows, what do most people go to? Game shows. It's the same with me. I grew up watching game shows. I grew up watching game shows like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Scrabble, High Rollers, Bumper Stumpers, Wipeout, Pressure Luck. No, that's the name of the show. That's one of Tom Kennedy's shows was or Phew. Sometimes it was pronounced or Phew. And there are some shows that weren't available in my neck of the woods. One of those shows was I mean, that's what it comes down to, really. But the thing is, I think after quite some time, the sad thing about game shows is that they get stagnant real quick. If you don't change up the format in some way, it will get stale, and people will just not be interested in what you in the show anymore. And the 70s was like out there, you know, because there's still game show hosts still alive. Bob Eubanks is one of them. I'm not sure about everybody else, but I'm pretty sure Bob Eubanks is. David Rupert, he was a game show host. Before that, he was on Real People. He was a panelist on Match Game Hollywood Squares. And then later, he did Supermarket Sweep, the second incarnation of that show. The first one was, I believe, way back in the 60s. And, like, nobody could remember the old one, but the one that I knew of was the one that came out on Lifetime. And then following that was Shop Till You Drop, which was its neighbor. And I'm wondering why that wasn't picked up for Fremantle. You know, it's like Fremantle is picking up all the known game shows. Fumble. Mm-hmm. I played this last night on stream, and after, say, 3, 4, 5 different times, I almost said, you know what, forget it. Of course, it's Fight with Moskowitz. The thing I try to do, as far as streams are concerned, is do something different, not the same thing. I mean, that's what I do Let's Plays for. Sometimes I do Let's Plays on stream, sometimes I don't. But for the most part, what I'm doing is just, you know, I just try to be different. And I mean, when I was growing up, it was just me watching, you know, I was watching two things on TV. Game shows and cartoons. So, really, I don't know what it is, but I think for so long, after you had a long run of doing game shows, the time does really mess with you. And there were plenty of behind the scenes stuff that went on that they wouldn't tell you about. Even the panelists from Match Game, you know, they had words about it, you know. So to me, I thought for certain, it's just a sad thing after say say 2 seasons or so, then you had to host something else, and it's almost like game shows are almost like a flavor of the month. That's what it seemed like. It's sad but true, but that's what it feels like. We also lost Sean Connery too, who played the enigmatic James Bond, or 007. And he also played Malone in The Untouchables, and he played King Richard in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Thanks for giving me the answer. I can say that TV really was my teacher, because even when I was taught in school, they never taught me this. Most of what I learned was through either video games or television, mainly game shows. So game shows have really played a pivotal part in my education growing up. General education, anyway. We still got one. I would say that for anyone who is interested in being part of the entertainment industry, do take care of yourself, because it will try you mentally and physically, and it will wear on you. It will put wear and tear on you if you're not careful. I'm a voice actor, so for what I had to deal with is knowing the tone and the speed and the emotion of every character that I emulate and draw myself into. I had to be the character. Okay. Like I said, my whole background was just basically just watching TV. Atlanta, Georgia. Oh. Oh, them. I might be wrong in that, but it's only 50. The Hawks. Oh, Atlanta Hawks. I'm thinking footballs. Bruins. Philadelphia. People gonna be yelling at me. What am I thinking? Shit. I gotta look this up. I really do. It's like it's bugging me to no end. And I really don't follow sports that well. So usually in the case of this, I gotta do what I gotta do. I mean, like I said, there's some things. Okay. Some people get so anal if I don't know a certain answer, and I can say, I don't know everything. That's why I use the internet to help me out. Like, you're supposed to know. You get older, you tend to forget things. The sibling who's your mother's son is this here. Oh, brother. It's hard to tell these days, you know? You know, it's been a long time since I knew family, so Therefore, I guess. She's her father's brother's daughter. She's this you. Cousin. Oh. Your parents are this to you. Boy, this is some stunning revelations here, folks. I'm just telling you, just. I mean, I would hate doing this right here, but when you really think about it, you say your parents, like. I'm gonna go on a limb and just say this. To be quite honest, I've been out of the loop about my family for many decades. Internet, you failed me. Well, it's almost Christmas time, so, you know, they're reindeer. But as I said before, if you're ever in the entertainment business, no matter what, you have to take care of yourself. What's up, Doc? What we should have got in the Avengers. No, seriously, we should have got Doctor Doom. Because from what I can tell, from what I can tell, you know, you really had to take care of yourself. That means mentally, physically, spiritually, you have to really take care of yourself if you're going to be in the entertainment industry. Because everybody will remember Dr. Teeth. Dr. Octopus. Otherwise known as Doc Ock. So for the most part, what I'm doing before anything else happens, I am taking good care of myself. Or the best I can do without trying to mess myself up even further. And before, it's basically I was stressed out long before we got to this point. It's on an old retro station we have here. They show a lot of retro stuff, even from Canada. And I know this. I know very few people who watch this. It's Doctor Who. I mean, for the most part, like I said, I have and still am going through a lot of stuff. And the only thing I want to do is get through the rest of this year in peace. And for the most part, get some sleep. The hell, man? I'm gonna go on a limb and say not Theodore Roosevelt. Well, I have Re in it, so. Or is it Ronald Reagan? Ronald Reagan. Something I know very well because I do it all the time. And that's cook, and that's... I make my own. Recipe. And to this day, I'm not even sure if that is a real word or if it actually meant something. It's not Reebok. It has re in it, right? What? So if not Reebok, what the hell is it? Did I just... Oh. Reeboks. Oh, you is dirty. Hey, Bullwinkle! Hey, rookie, watch me pull a ribbon on my head. Again? Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! Well, they don't want the whole name, so it's Boris Badinov. No, he's a dog, of course. And I've seen the remake of that. It's just not the same. They have a show that's basically called the Sherman Mr. Peabody Show. It's a remake of the classic version, but oh my god, it's just not the same. Well, it's Sherman. Yay. I mean, really, after everything that has been going on with this whole year, the last thing I want to hear about is the election. And oh, the junk that's going on social media, I don't want to hear about it either. He traded the greatest of all time for some magic beans. You sold the goat for some magic beans? I would think in some form of the story they say, oh, he traded a goat, a cow. See, in other versions of the story they say, oh, you traded the goat for it. So, oh, you traded a cow? It's like, I don't remember that version. Well, he could blow down sticks. He can blow down hay. But he couldn't blow down anything made of bricks. What most people on YouTube are, especially if they just randomly show up on your channel and leave some stupid ass link on there. Trolls. Or trolls. Now I remember this. There was a donkey, a cat, a dog, Grimm's Fairy Tales, y'all. I grew up watching cartoons. Grimm's Fairy Tales. The fuck? The fuck? Talking about the Nutcracker, then it's the Sugar Plum Fairy. And I'm being reminded of Clockwork Night. See, if Sega was smart, they would actually do something like, oh, bring back some old IPs, like stuff they had on... Well, at least I tried. I thought it was a Sugar Plum Fairy. The steadfast tin soldier fell in love with this doll. What did I come up with a Sugar Plum Fairy? The dancer. I really don't remember that. It was also a cartoon. That was a good series. Short-lived, but damn it, it was funny. Or however far they could take the humor, anyway. Seen a movie about that? Stan Laurel. I mean, for the most part, you know, it is what it is, though. Stan Laurel. Oliver Hardy. Shows on MeTV. You know, for something that's supposed to be called Junior, I sure am getting some general TV questions and whatnot. She was also on Password. Whereas her partner was Vicki Lawrence, and she was on Password, Password Plus, and Super Password. She also went on to host some of her own shows. The Smothers Brothers. Well, the proper term is auto racing. Otherwise known as Daytona. Well, wind. Wind! Here's the lightest ball. Ping pong. Rowan and Martin's laughing. Funny thing is, my coach, whom I always speak to on a weekly basis and gives me auditions, she finds me so interesting because I know so much about back in the day entertainment. Because I watch a lot of TV. And a lot I remember because, well, I grew up with my folks and they watched a lot of TV. By the way, on the 10th was my dad's birthday. He was also a veteran. His name was William John Barberin, otherwise known as Bill Barberin. Skiing. I will bet nothing because I don't know. Let's see. It's not really cheating if you really don't know. So therefore, if you have to ask, you'll never know. But if you need to ask, you need to ask. I mean, from what I know, it's like every time me and my coach and I talk, we always share what's been going on with each other's lives. And for the most part, Never mind. Never mind, I know what it is. I was looking at him like, wait, never mind. But really, the whole point of this video is because of what Alex Trebek did and everybody else before him. They spent their entire lives basically being MCs and being a personality of their own accord, putting in hours and hours of work, pushing their mental capacities to unbelievable levels. Whether they had one, two, maybe two different kinds of shows, maybe three, maybe four. Alex Trebek actually did more shows than any other game show host of their own time, probably surpassing Wink Martindale, because he did a couple, like the later version of High Rollers, Tic-Tac-Toe, Bumper Stompers, and the like. And he's still living. He's like one of the very few game show MCs that are still living to this day. And he's doing quite well because he's taking care of himself. You can always tell how every certain character, how every personality has been taking care of themselves after the fact that they did a good job on one series and they've been paid so well that they can live off for the rest of their lives in obscurity, and still they can look good doing it. I mean, when I get that age, whenever that is, the one thing I want to do is whatever I did in life, I want to be able to know that I did it. I did it for a very long time. I didn't, kiss nobody's ass to do it. I didn't have to do it the easy way, but I did it the subtle way. But even if that's the case, I did it for the one reason that I should be doing it. Because I love what I do. I love being a voice actor. As I told my coach, I love being a voice actor. I love knowing what my voice can do. If I had to squeak, I can squeak. If I had to do like a sound like, I can do sound like. But the beautiful thing about it is, I love what I do. Even if I had to talk as deadpan as the next person, I'm having fun with it. And that's the whole thing. If I'm not having fun with it, then I'm doing something wrong. So, let's finish this, shall we? There you go. So, as I said, this was a tribute video to those we've lost over the years as far as game shows are concerned. So, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, PI7, and this was a proper game show tribute of epic proportions. until then, I'll see you next time with more great content.